Hi, Mr. Gazda here. Homework 33. Here we go. Contour map questions. One thing I want to point out, it says diagram 1 is a picture of a section of land near an ocean, and 2 that is a contour map of the same area. Look at them and see how the landforms are shown on contour maps. This is a classic picture created by the United States Geologic Survey. It shows the picture here and then the map. So this is a really good learning tool. This is the top of this like little mountain or hill here, and this is what it looks like, this rounded circle. Stream valley, another stream valley, another one. One off in the distance, this one. This is really flat here, this is flat. Notice this like cliff right here where it's kind of steep. You see the lines close together, gradual slope, gradual slope. So I think this is really good for learning. What is the contour interval of this map? And contour interval is what the lines count by. Oftentimes it says it. It is elevation in feet. Now you can look, that's 100, that's 200, so you can count them out and figure them out, and it ends up being 20 feet. 120, 140, 160, 180, 200. Therefore, it is 20 feet. You also can use, this is the ocean, therefore this line here is 0. That's sea level, so you also can count from there up to 100. Draw a point A, B, C, and D on diagram 1. So I drew them on diagram 2. Try to relate to them on diagram 1. So A is here. There's a stream valley. So A is about here. I'm drawing it in red. A is about there. Hopefully you can see that. B, where's B? B is over here. So it's beyond this stream right here. It's further away. So B is like here maybe, and it's approximation. That's B. C is in this flat area. You can't really see that. That's a church. You can't really see that in this picture. And so it's on this side of the stream. So C is about here. And then D is over here. There's like a bunch of streams. The road kind of curves around. So D is like here maybe, about. Okay, so that's good to be able to relate to that. What are the elevations of these locations, A, B, and D? A is right here, and therefore this is 100, that's 200, so that's 120, 140, 160, 180, 200. So A is, what did I say, 120, 160. Key thing being feet. You need to have feet on there. If you just try 160, it's wrong. It's wrong. B is right here. Well, this line here, this darker line is called the index contour line. That's 100. We're going uphill here, so that is 20 above that, 120 feet. 120 feet. Again, you must have feet on there or it will be wrong. Sometimes these are in meters, so you must write the units on there. Point D is right here, and what can I do? This is 100. I can go down from 100. 80, 60. I can go here. This one's 22. 20, 40, 60. So D is 60 feet. Okay, 4 and 5. Don't worry too much about these questions because this scale is not great to measure it. Okay, but it is on there. So the best way to do this is to do it like this. Mark it here and mark it here. Now that's a longer distance than our scale of 1 mile. So you can go like this. Okay, and I'll mark, that's 1 mile, and then this is 2 miles, that's 3 miles, and that is, well, that's 3.5, so maybe like 3.8 miles, something like that. What am I doing, A to C? 3.8 miles. So I'll say anything between like 3.6 to 3.9 miles is fine. Again, don't worry too much about that. The way that we do things these days is we definitely have a better scale, but it's a good skill to have nonetheless. Point A to B is even further. So then you go like this, mark it, and then you go like this. Okay, again, that's 1 mile. 2 miles, 3 miles, 4 miles, and then that little bit. So maybe, 4.4 miles, something like that. Maybe you do something, anything between, let's say, 4.3 to 4.5 miles. Again, don't sweat 4 and 5 too much. That's not a great scale for such questions. 6. What is the elevation change between A and D in feet? So we could do the elevation of A is 160 feet, and D is, we said it was 60 feet, right? 60 feet. So elevation change is 160 minus 60, so that's 100 feet. 100 feet. Okay? Look at the stream slightly south of point B. Toward what direction does it flow? And it flows this way. You can see it kind of goes downhill. It flows this way because you see these V's point upstream. It's one way to tell. They point uphill. The river flows that way, which compass direction is going to be, I'll call it west. West is probably the best answer. Maybe southwest, but west is better than southwest. So it flows in this direction. This is the stream we're talking about. All right, let's go on to the back. Go on to the back. Okay, this map is a little bit bigger, so a little easier to read. Contour interval, 10 feet. Here's the scale. Here's the north arrow. Which hill has the highest elevation? So the highest elevation here, you have Aurora Hill, Holland Hill, Girard Hill. They go by 10 feet. 500, 550. So this isn't even, there's no 550 here. The highest that is 533. So this is 550. That's 560. So Holland Hill is the tallest hill in this, on this map. Which point is at a lower elevation? G, H, Y, or Z? G, well, I don't know what the elevation of Lake Lackawanna is. So these go by 10. So 500, 490, 480. So I could write it on here. This is 480 feet. Feet? Yes, 480 feet. H is 490 feet. Y is also 490 feet. It's on that same line. And Z is 500. Z is 520. So of that, the lowest elevation is G at 480 feet. What is the difference in elevation between Y and Z? Okay, so I wrote it on here actually, which is kind of good. This is 490 feet. This is 520 feet. 520 minus 490 is 30 feet. You can even count 10, 20, 30, but it is 30 feet. Sometimes we use the phrase change in elevation. What's the change in elevation between Y and Z? And it's also would be 30 feet. What is the distance between G and H? So distance, you would measure it with a piece of scrap paper. What am I doing between G and H? So the best way to do it is this. Some sort of scrap paper. Measure right in the center of the dot to the center of that dot. That's going to be the distance. Okay, and if I put it on here, again, put it from the top like this. I go, it's right there, and read that scale. That is 5 miles. 5 miles. 5 says, state the general compass direction in which Maple Stream is flowing. Okay. What you need to, well, you could do it by elevation, knowing that this is going downhill. But you could tell because the contour lines form of these V shapes here, 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 and you've probably seen this a bunch of times already. They point uphill or upstream. That's uphill. The river is flowing this way, so I'm going to really draw it on there. I'll draw it on there with a marker so everyone can really see it. It is flowing that way. You need to know that. That is, we'll call that towards the southwest. Southwest. How can you tell the stream flow direction from the shape of the iso lines? Okay, that is with the V's. The iso lines form V's and they point uphill or upstream. Okay, you should have something like that written in. The maybe something like this. V-shaped isolines point uphill, or they point upstream, or whatever the direction of the V points. The river flows the opposite way. Students often say that. 6. Which location has the steepest gradient or the highest gradient? And gradient means slope. the way you can tell is the closer to the lines, the steeper the slope. Closer to the lines, the steeper the slope. So X is our answer. Of those, X, because here's the line is closest right there, X. Of those, whatever, 4 choices. What is the highest possible elevation for point M? Now, this often gets students. So check it out. They go by 10. So this is 500. This is 550. That's 560. Now, if there was another line in there, the next line would be 570. It would be 570. Now, it's not there, so it does not go up to 570. Therefore, it kind of asks, what's the highest it could possibly be without being 570? Again, this is 560, so it's over 560. The highest it could be without being 570, and the answer is 569 feet. The highest possible elevation. Okay, that is key. 8A, where is the steepest location on the map? Be specific. The steepest location is where the lines are closest together. It's right here. It's probably like, kind of like a cliff almost, and we'll call that's Holland Hill. And then if you look at the compass, that's the south side of Holland Hill. So, south side of Holland Hill. 8B, how can you tell this area is steepest? Because the iso lines or contour lines are closest together. Contour lines are closest here. Something like that. You don't have to say those exact words, obviously. I hope that you don't say those exact words. Someone that gets that point across would be right. So these are the answers for this. The answers for the front right here. Okay. I'm Mr. Gazda. For all the folks at Gazdoni Productions, thanks for watching.